Asphalt 8 is one of the racing games with the biggest amount of overall vehicles. With over 350 cars and bikes, it's an insane amount of different rides that you can take on the different tracks. But today I will be focusing on the top 5 most powerful cars of the entire game, based on their performance, on their stats, on their physics, and well, of course, also keeping in mind their rank. So with nothing else to add, let's begin with our top 5, which is about to begin with the first car, which is no more and no less than the Lamborghini Centenario. That's right, this car actually occupies the 5th position on the top of the most powerful cars of Asphalt 8, in my honest opinion, because let's remember that this world top is a bit subjective, since there are like 30 different cars on S-Class, so actually it's a bit complicated to exactly measure how good a car actually is. But I can assure you guys that this Lamborghini Centenario is one of the most powerful cars of the entire game, mostly because of its quite decent acceleration that up to this day, almost 4 years after it was released, is actually one of the best ones on the entire game. A really good nitro efficiency, a quite sensitive handling, and a really sharp drift radius, which makes it an extremely balanced car overall. Of course, there are better options right now, but this car still packs a really good competition, specifically on multiplayer. And now moving to the top 4, we have the Automobili Pininfarina Battista. This car is quite old already, has been on the game for like over a year by now, and it's as competitive as the first day it arrived. Of course, this car main strength was its insane speed recovery, which is, as for now, the second best speed recovery on this game, which is actually extremely useful not only for multiplayer but also for events, and overall this car is a must-have in your garage nowadays. Of course, the nitro efficiency, as you can see, is really good, and the handling, despite it's a bit heavy, overall is more than enough to do fairly well on multiplayer, on Gauntlet, and of course in events. So overall, this car is still one of the most competitive and strong cars on the entire game. But now we are moving to the top 3, which is actually a car which has a bit smaller rank than this one, but as for now has the very first speed recovery on the entire game. That's right, the Faraday Future. Despite this car is not as famous as a Lamborghini or a Pininfarina Battista, this car is one of the best ones you can actually have on your garage in Asphalt 8, thanks to its really good handling and its great ramp physics, which actually allows you to take ramps a bit lower than all the other cars, which actually helps you to do better times on certain tracks and that stuff. So overall, this Faraday Future is extremely good. The nitro efficiency, despite it's not the best one, can actually do decently on most of the multiplayer tracks. Maybe on the longest one you may need a bit of help with short drifts and that stuff, but overall won't be like a really big struggle while driving this car. So that's it. The Faraday Future is actually the top 3 of the most powerful cars on Asphalt 8 as for now. This car was also launched during this year 2022, so actually this car is not like a super old one, but still it's surprisingly good considering how recently has been launched into the game. So that's right, this is the top 3, the Faraday Future, and now it's time to move for the top 2, which is a classic. That's right, it's the Koenigsegg Jesco. This car is actually quite old, has been like for 2 years on the game. It's quite exclusive since you can actually obtain it without spending real money, since it only appears on festivals and super special events. But this car is really good, mostly because of a special feature that this car shares with the top 1 car of this list, which is the raw top speed. This car has a raw top speed of over 419 kilometers per hour, which actually allows you to go to over 500 kilometers per hour just using blue nitro, which actually helps you not only on certain parts of some tracks where this feature will help you to go sharper on certain corners and that stuff without actually losing too much speed, and also because it's extremely good while drifting and, you know, in certain parts where you will realize how good this car raw speed is. Also, the handling is like quite good. The make drift capabilities that this car has are also quite decent. The nitro could be a bit better, but you know, it's not like a super good car overall. It's just too powerful in the whole concept of its power. And now it's time to move to the top one, which is, in my honest opinion, the Bugatti Bolide. Because we also have the Bugatti Chiron 300 Plus, but that car has a really bad drift radius, which the Bolide is a bit better at. The Bolide has a bit worse nitro efficiency than the Bugatti 300 Plus, but has a way better handling, which actually is extremely helpful, and that's why this is the best car for certain tracks like Cliff Top Run, where this car actually holds the world record. Also, this car has a bit better top speed than the Koenigsegg Jesco, so that's why it's a bit better than the Koenigsegg Jesco in this matter. It's like a Jesco with better handling and a better acceleration. Of course, it's not as good as the acceleration of the Bugatti Chiron 300 Plus, but it still is fairly good. That's why this is the most powerful car in Asphalt 8 as for now. I really hope you all enjoyed this list. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and I will see you really soon with much more Asphalt 8. Goodbye guys, and see you soon.
I am looking for the better days. Seem like they just stay away whenever I try. There's so many things that I keep in my mind. My friends keep me out and it hurts every time. With all the emotions I built up inside, oh why can't I? Will someone look for me if I disappear? No matter how much that I scream, nobody hears. But I see the light from far away, it's down the line. Maybe I should not give up without a fight, 'cause there will be a time. Oh, 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 oh. There will be a time. Oh, 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 oh. There will be a time.